Hey there, Busy Bee here. Last time we talked about 3 of my terrible teachers, but at the end of it, I hinted towards the worst one by far. Well, this time it's all about her and the cruel things she did to me, as well as how she angered my parents. And her name shall be Miss Brady. Miss Brady was my first grade teacher, and unlike Miss Mole, who had a problem with everyone having free will, and Miss Galaga, who demanded authority, Miss Brady actually got along with us kids most of the time. Like, she actually taught class in a fun way. However, her perception of reality was the real problem, and it all started when I walked into school one day wearing a red Superman shirt. When I was little, I really liked Superman, had a toy that had a flowing cape and made sound effects and everything. But that all changed, because when Miss Brady saw my shirt, her eyes widened and she went and restrained me on the floor, freaking out and telling the teacher's aide to go get the principal now. The kids are all just staring, watching, and while I'm crying on the floor, the principal walks in and she tells him,
"Thank goodness you're here." Connor was waving his arms around throwing gang signs, as well as wearing a gang shirt.
My Superman shirt was a gang shirt. Obviously, as a kid, I didn't know what was happening beyond being punished for liking Superman, but as an adult, what the heck was wrong with her? What type of person sees a little kid wearing a Superman shirt and thinks, "Oh, he must be in a gang. Oh no, we gotta stop that." Wanna know what's worse? The principal believed her. Because yeah, I was still super hyper ADHD kid, but also this was back in the day when authority knew best, and clearly I had to be the culprit of something. I wasn't allowed to ever wear that shirt again at school, and I kinda grew a resentment towards Superman for like the longest time until My Adventures with Superman came out, which is an incredible show, by the way. We're cool now, but that was a really rough time in my life. Ever since that day, Miss Brady had a massive problem with me. She would watch me like a hawk whenever I went in the classroom or at recess, and anything that could possibly be a hint of aggression or bad, I was immediately in trouble. From green card all the way to red. Heck, once she brought me in a room across the hall, had me sit down in a chair, and left me there for an unknown amount of time because I was playing with a bright light longer than I was supposed to. Because that's totally reasonable, right? Also, thinking about it, it might have been a closet, because I don't remember there being anything in there but cleaning utensils. And the meetings. Oh my god, the meetings. She would call meetings all the time about me. But the one that my dad remembers extremely fondly is this. One of the activities we did was make our own little stories on the computers and print them out. Heck, I still got some of mine. Isn't this cute? Way Up High by Connor. Way up high on top of the slide, 2 little children went for a ride. The sun went down over the lake, and then I heard the alarm that helped me wake. Copyright Waterford Institute, Connor Britton. See that? I'm an author. I'm talented. Love these things. Anyway, one of the kids in class wanted to show me what he was working on, so I went over there and put my arm around his back to look at the screen. And Miss Brady, in her infinite wisdom, thought I was attacking him. Like I just went up to him and Batista bombed him out of existence or something. So, typical red card, but she demanded a meeting that day. So my dad, who worked in the auto business, had to drive down there midday and have this meeting. According to my dad, they had about 12 people in there trying to seemingly intimidate him. His words, not mine.
Okay, so I'm here. So what seems to be the problem, Miss Brady?
Your kid assaulted another child.
He did what? What did he do?
He put his arm around another kid at the computer.
Okay, and then what?
What do you mean?
I mean, what else did he do?
Nothing, that's what he did.
So you're telling me you called me in from my job where I have to manage about 20 people to tell me my son put his arm around another kid, a friend of his, and they were looking at the computer together because they finished their work early? That's the assault you're telling me about? You gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, safe to say my dad was angry as heck about that. He went off on Miss Brady and the principal for that situation. And it's not like the meeting stopped after that, but that's the one that stands out to him. After first grade passed, maybe the principal realized Miss Brady was unstable, maybe something else unrelated. I don't know, I was 7. Regardless, she got set to be the librarian instead of a teacher next year, which meant, oh boy, I still had to deal with her. Yay! She couldn't do much to me, but I'll tell ya, I wasn't able to check out any books that year. No Junie B. Jones, no Garfield, Calvin and Hobbes, nothing. Even my second grade teacher had to struggle with her just to get textbooks. Breaks my heart. I love books. But yeah, that's my story of the worst teacher I've ever had. If you have any terrible teacher stories, please tell me down below. We can share in our hopefully past anguish together like a little therapy group. Regardless, thank you so much for watching. Let me know if there's any topics you want to hear me talk about in the future. And please, like, comment, and subscribe to show me you really like this video. Until next time, this has been Busy Bee. Peace!